The next item is the event initial report regarding a fire near Denison Mines property and Quirke Lake, as outlined in CMD 16M36. And I understand that we have Mr. Ludgate from Denison Mine, who is joining us via teleconference. Mr. Ludgate, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, and it's Ian Ludgate.
Ludgate, sorry.
No problem.
So now CNSC staff will make a short presentation or speak to the, or make some comments. And I understand, Ms. Glenn, you're going to do it. Over to you.
Good morning. My name is Corinne Glenn, and I'm the Director of the Waste and Decommissioning Division here at the CNSC. I'm here today along with CNSC staff to answer any questions that you may have on the May 24th fire that took place in the vicinity of Denison Mines in the Elliott Lake area, as described in CMD 16M36. Before answering any questions, I would like to provide a brief update on the event. CNSC staff have received the report from the Elliott Lake Fire Service. Their investigation has determined that the cause of the fire was the result of a tree that had fallen onto a power line just offside of the CNSC licensed property. The licensee, Denison Mine, has undertaken a review of the event, and their report is expected to be completed by June 30th. We are now available to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you. Let's start with Monsieur Harvey.
What could have been the effect or impact of fire over the tailing?
It's Ian Ludgate here. Is that question for me?
Anybody that? Yes.
There would be no impact on the tailings management area because the tailings management area is decommissioned and it has a 1 meter water cover over the tailings.
Thank you. Well, I don't have any other question to say that the job has been well done. The fire is extinguished quite quickly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Velshi?
Thank you. Yeah, I too just have a very short question. There is somewhere in the report that says that the fire department contacted the MNR to clarify responsibilities. I was a little surprised why there would be a need to clarify responsibilities. Do you want to comment on that? And Denison Mines, question to you.
Ian Ludgate at Denison. I think there was initially some doubt as to whether the fire was in the jurisdiction of the Elliott Lake Fire Department or whether it was outside of the jurisdiction. It did occur very quickly following a conversation between the Elliott Lake Fire Department and the Ministry of Natural Resources that support was immediately needed, and the MNR very cooperatively dispatched manpower and equipment very quickly.
Thank you.
GSC.
I have just one. You were saying that the tree fall on the power line. Usually hydro, they have a preventive power line maintenance, which calls for a tree cutting or debranching to make sure that the tree doesn't fall on the power line. So this power line was coming from to the property. Who was responsible for maintenance of this power line?
Corinne Glenn for the record. The area where the tree fell on the line was not on the Denison property. it was a Hydro One power line. They have a right of way, and they are responsible for tree clearing around the power lines. And this right of way had been cleared as recently as 2013.
That, which means that 2013 to today is 3 years, and it's the bush was growing very fast. So should they call the Denison should call to Hydro to clean those things, or what's the consequence for what the Hydro's position was following this incident?
Corinne Glenn, for the record, once again, the area where the tree fell was not on the Denison property. Therefore, it was on property that was, I believe, Crown land outside of the Denison site. And therefore, it was not Denison's responsibility to monitor the Hydro One power lines outside of their facility. The report was only obtained late last week. And maybe Mr. Ludgate has an update regarding whether or not Hydro One has responded to this, but CNSC staff do not.
Ian Ludgate, for the record. Hydro One has responded and replaced the pole, or a pole, near the area where the tree had apparently fallen onto the power line. And this is one of the questions that we will be trying to answer in the next couple of days while we prepare our final report and lessons learned for the CNSC.
Dr. McKeown?
So do you plan to give us an update on that final report?
Ian Ludgate, for the record, yes, I've committed to have the report to the project officer's hands by the end of this month.
Corinne Glenn, for the record, CNSC staff will report on this event, as is the current practice in our regulatory oversight report.
Thank you. Any other comment? I think staff did. The licensee and staff did a real good work here. Any particular lesson that you would do otherwise, improve on, or that's a good test drive to a potential disaster, right? We had 2 of them now in Fort McMurray and this one. Any lessons from your side? And by the way, did you get a lot of hate on our both the licensee website and CNSC website when we posted this information?
Corinne Glenn, for the record. No, there was very little interest that was generated from this event. It was responded to very quickly. CNSC staff are pleased with the licensee's response in this case. They collaborated fully with the first responders, were very proactive in their actions, and the fire was extinguished within 3 hours. The local media did have it on their Facebook page, and again, it generated very little interest. We had no inquiries from the media at the CNSC regarding this event. As for any lessons learned, we have already, as a result of the fires last year in Saskatchewan, taken a look at emergency response for remote sites. And we are following up with licensees to ensure that their emergency management programs on site are adequate and effective at specifically for sites where there are staff located in remote areas for evacuation and that area of response. But with a site, for instance, like the Denison Mines site, where there's no staff on site, we're very satisfied with the licensee's response.
Thank you. Thank you.